Man, I guess I was on mute that whole time. Shit. Oh, okay. Well, I was able to show you guys what it looks like so far. It's just really shitty that I forgot to unmute my mic. I thought it was me. You got antlers. Excuse me. How's it going, man? Oh, you mean the mute? That's really funny. Yeah, that means that it was pretty quiet that whole time. No music or anything. Golly, just goes to show how out of practice I am. And now I'm grabbing some scrap here. Sitting there talking and no one can hear me. Good to see you, man. How's it going? Hope you're being safe out there. So if anyone doesn't know, this wire can get really gross. So I just take the wire and clean it up a bit. So I'll put it right there. See how black that is. Yeah, see, that's the fresh one there. Still pretty dark. Takes a few times to get it nice and clean. Normally this wire has like an oil on it, but I think this is just like a tarnish or something. Excuse me. My goodness. Not your goodness. My goodness. Okay. Wow, it's still pretty dirty. Alright, that's better. That's better. Now the really toughest part is when it's this thin here, or this narrow. I think I'll start there. You know, YouTube has some pretty decent music. Oop, bumped this thing with my head. What's going on here? Oh, I see. That's fine. Guide it through. Actually had I don't know how well you can see it, but one time I was clipping something and the pliers bit my finger. Whew, that could be painful. I know I was certainly sweating. Freaking nearly went into shock just because it startled me so much. I think that might be enough. So I'll just take it up and down. There. Now the comments are not right in front of me, so I might not look up to see everybody's comments right away. There we go. You always want to avoid these loops, because if you pull on them, they'll just kink. So you always want to make sure there's no loops. And the pain in the ass that is these narrow areas is that now that you've just started a new wire, it's really frustrating to have to go through all that wire just to get this little bit across. Come on. There. I need to reposition my camera at some point. Come on. It's resisting my pull. That heater is gone. Come on. There isn't a lot of room for the wire to just slip through. Come on. Every time. Come on. All right. Come on. There. Jeez. I'm gonna have to figure something out because I have run out of room officially to put that wire through. Come on. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see if I can't make some more room here. It's a good thing it'll be on the back of the head. Let's see. Go. quick. I'm just gonna. A moment. Do, 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 do. So you can tell this thing takes a long time to do. Ah, cold wire just went right up into my nose. Chocolate milk going. Oh, goodness. Now it's getting to be a little easier. Ah, come on. You know, I wonder if I should go live while there's no one else here. Or, excuse me, mute while there's no one else here. Oh, wait, just enjoy the music. really should figure out another camera angle. I'm not really seeing what's going on with my hands behind the scenes. Gonna pinch them so that they're nice and flat. Oh yeah, man. Hey, how's it going? No bullshit. Wow, that looks like a lot of work and a lot of time. It sure is, bruh. It sure is. Good to see you. When I'm done with this wire, would you like to see me wear it, or have you already seen it? Because it's no big deal to stop for a moment and show off what it looks like. So at this angle, it barely looks like anything. Awesome. Go. Now the main issue is making sure that I have enough room on both sides to cover the area. Like you can see down the middle here is got a sufficient gap, but over here I had an issue, and over here I had some issue. So it's really difficult to make sure that it's got enough space. I'll tell you, man, holy crap, there was a lot of issue on my previous mask. Not previous, but the helmet one. Oh, look at that. The wire broke. It can be a hassle sometimes. Oh, it broke again. What happens is that it'll actually get kinked between some wires, and so it'll like stretch and you know, lose its integrity.
Any ideas?
In fact, I can actually see it's about to break fairly close to the middle. Won't be long now, and then we'll take a look at some of my other stuff and previous mask. Get a good camera angle here. Cool thing is that since I already have wire on this side, I can use all the gap I want here. I just have to be very careful about this side. Oop. Go. Oh, I love it when it ends like that. Nice and even. Maybe one more. Alright, take off the end. Alright, let's take a look at it. Okay. Oof, I dropped the wire. There we go. Alright. Brush my hair back like it's in the way. There we go. Let's take a gander. I'm sure you recognize this mask. It's the long, long ago mask of a headphone mask. Really funny thing is that since I've got the headphones on, the sound of the mask is like amplified. So I just like run my fingers, and it's like really loud. Yeah, there's some image over the top there, so that'll give you an idea of what it'll look like. Boom, antlers. Arrgh. There we go. Let's see here. It'll do a lot of adjusting when it's complete, but so I'm not going to try and adjust it too much, but kind of looks like a medieval helmet. But yeah, that's the antlers. Decided to blunt the ends since it kept look. Oh, thanks, man. It sure is a lot of work. It's the sort of thing that I don't know if I'll ever be able to sell for anything that it's actually worth, you know, because who the hell's gonna buy this thing for what? Certainly more than $500, and I don't think I would buy it for $500. Oh man, I took off my headset. And I don't even think $500 would be covering the labor. Maybe 600. I don't know, I would hate to charge too much for it, that's for sure. Let's take a look at this one. This bad boy. That's a good looking one. There we go. I call this one the Reaper. Looks pretty cool, huh? Take a look. I can see you. And if you recognize this is one of my recognize this, it's one of my headdresses that I just furbished into a mask. So, you know, I imagine, excuse me, I imagine that people who make a living off their anonymity or whatever would be interested in buying these sort of things. Performer playing that kind of... Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would hope so. Maybe even yeah, I think that's a good idea. Or you make a good point is what I mean. Is that a performer would want to buy something, certainly something like this. You know, it can be adjustable to fit people's faces, but that one there is definitely a almost one size. I actually made it to where in the back here I left it to where you can, you know, do some expansion there. So hopefully that'll allow it to be a bit more versatile. Let's get this thing back under there. If I keep working on it, it'll be done eventually. Here we go. I think I'm going to figure out a new position for my camera sometime before my next live. I need to watch that. Yep. That's actually, you know, I'm feeling kind of sad now that I took so long to go live for a while. I guess I was going through some shit with my personal life and stuff like that. I didn't feel like going. But now I already feel better. Seeing some old friends. I don't even know how much I could sell that wicked awesome looking one for. It really is hard to find out a price. That is for sure. I don't have enough experience with it. So I got my scrap wire here. And you can see it's fairly dirty, so I just wipe it a few hundred times. Still kind of dirty. There. Get some chocolate milk inside me. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. Nice little anchor point. Whew. One more wire to go. Or, you know what I'm saying. There we go. Oh shit. Hey, always gotta be careful about that. Don't want to kink the wire, otherwise you just use half the wire. Oh, that was close. I almost undid the anchor. There we go. I think I'm just going to go down a little bit so I can anchor the spot more. Excuse me. Ah, my throat. Weather's been kind of chilly out here, and I guess I may have gotten a cold or something. go. There we go. I hope everyone's been doing all right. Ever since I started feeling better, I started working out, trying to get my body back. Before I got sick, I had quite the smokin' bod, if I do say so myself. And I do. Come on. Oh man, these antlers really get in the way. Jeez, that wire just always catches. Really, to be thorough, it takes a long time because you don't want it to be too thick in some places and too thin in others. Because going back is such a pain in the ass. Oh. Come on. There we go. So here we are. Whew. We've only done most of 2 wires, and goodness gracious, it's taking so long. Oh wow, it's already 9 o'clock. Probably be on for another 20 minutes and then I gotta go. Maybe I can finish this piece here. This part. Which would be nice. I really want to get this thing done. And then I gotta go to bed fairly early. I want to wake up and be in time to watch the presidential whatever, the defense case for, oh, see that wire breaks, for the impeachment trial. Like this freaking House represented, the people on the House side are freaking done finally. Oh my gosh. It's like I've never wanted to blow my brains out more than to hear that freaking crap for 24 hours. Maybe not my brains out, but somebody's brains out. Looks like tedious work. Oh, for sure. Whew, my goodness. Hey, we got someone new in here. Let's take a look at the mask as soon as I get this thing. As soon as I get this thing tied off. Let's see what you had to say. How in the world do you even come up with a design? Oh man, I want to brag that I'm super awesome and have exactly in my head what comes out in my hands, but I'm actually just winging it most of the time. But 1 out of 5 times I do something pretty amazing. This is, this one's pretty cool. I really like this, the antlers for sure. But I'll show you some other stuff that's pretty cool too. Oh, for sure, no problem. Yeah, I remember when I made trees too. Whew, that was a while back. In fact, I actually might do my trees like this in the future, because I'm really unsatisfied. Like here's right in within reach, I have this pebble that I found on the bus, and it's got no stand or excuse me, it's got no stand or anything, but it's a good example of what my trees used to look like back when I made them. But it lives upside down now. Let's see. Forgot to say hi. Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, I went a long while without going live, so hopefully now I can get back into it and see my friends again. That'd be really nice. So let's take a look at this mask. Let's see. Gotta wear the head sock or else it'll snag on my hair and stuff like that. And I tell you, getting the hairs pull out of your lips is no fun. And sorry I'm not looking at the camera, my screen is right there. Boom. Antlers. There's the progress so far. And that's fairly strong. Like I can kind of push on it a little bit, but I don't want to mess with it too much before I finish doing the whole frame. Boom. It's pretty well on there too. When the wires are all done, it'll be a lot stiffer, so I'll even be able to kind of push it together a little bit, and then so it's a little bit movement. I won't be able to do that on this one, but definitely one of my favorite projects so far. And if you guys can come up with a name for it, I'll definitely consider I'll definitely consider your input, because so far it's just going to be a knight of the forest, since it kind of looks like a medieval helmet. But let's take a look at another one here. This one right back here is the one I did before. Beautifully done already. Thank you. Yeah, and just to give you an idea, if you ever want to try this out yourself, I usually start at the ears, work with the jaw, go up to for the eyes, and then from there go back. Line the interior. Yeah, I think I could probably try something along those lines. I just don't know how I would get them in there. Oh, you know what? I suppose I could sew them through the seams. That would be really effective. That would be a great idea. Oh man, that's a great idea. I just don't have any leather. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Oh, this is my most recent baby. I call it the Reaper. It has lepidolite in the middle, amethyst on either side of it, and hematite beads lined into it. So let's take a look. Ah, and it fits so well. It does not move around a bunch, and then I could just put it on and then take it off. No big deal at all, no issue, just plain old pretty. I love this one. Can't wait to wear it to the club. I always make sure that anywhere I go wearing this thing, I always call them ahead and ask if it's alright to wear a mask. You don't want to freak people out, especially in this day and age. Hell yeah! You could, oh yeah, but that's a completely different craftsman artist. Oh yeah, I really only do wire art because that's what I have available. If you see in this tub here, I actually have my soda tab trench coat. Let's pull that one out real quick. Mask. Headdress. Alright. Can you see it alright? This is the culmination of about 2 years of work in the making there. Let's see, take a look at that. I have a tutorial on how you can get this pattern, and how you can get the chainmail strong enough to hold itself up. It's a pain in the ass and a half to put that thing on, but I'll put this on. Just getting started with wire. Woo! You're insecure about practicing? No idea where to actually begin? I know exactly what you mean. Ah. It is a real pain in the ass. Like, I'll come up with some really decent stuff like this one, right? I really like that. That's like my best one. But then I'll come up with crap like this, where it's just like, what the hell was I thinking? It is just, it's not, you know, terribly complicated, and you know, it's barely worth the effort to make it. I think stuff like this is really good too. I like that one. Peridot, excuse me, garnet and silver and copper there. But I tell you, it really just takes time and a lot of patience to make stuff that is really awesome and stuff like that. And I even do a couple tutorials on how to do things better. Like I'll give you an example. See how the heady coil here has big gaps and stuff like that. Let's take a look at this one again. You see how uniform that heady coil is. Very few gaps, right? Nice and straight, very uniform. And the reason why it's like that is because I doubled up the wire. So there's copper and silver. So I accidentally came up with a way to make the heady coil a very much more uniform and pretty. It's awesome as hell. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, and I know that you can do it too. I know you can do it too. It just takes time and lots of YouTube. Jacob Downey, how's it going again? And I've accumulated things like hematite beads, marble, stone marbles and stuff like that. Just gotta keep on keeping on. And you don't always have to do what other people are doing. Hell yeah, it's good to show it off too. And you can choose which ones that you put on and which ones you don't want to show. I've got a few pieces that I haven't done videos on because I really don't feel like they're worth it. And then that's my soda tab headdress here. There we go. Oh shit. Ah. Woo. Nice work, thanks, man. I see you worked gems. Hell yeah! I got me a little. This was my dream, right? It has been my dream. You remember when Britney Spears or somebody, maybe it was somebody else. Remember somebody had a picture of them inside of a bathtub full of like diamonds or something like that? I finally have started accumulating little cut stones and implementing them into my work. So that's really cool. There's a, oh shit, I can't remember what they're called. I know there's garnet, peridot is the green one, topaz is the blue one, and some amethyst there. But let's take a look at some other things. I'm pretty much going to just show off for the rest of the time that I have. Maybe about 10 minutes before I have to go get off the stream, but so it has Assassin's Creed. Oh yeah. But I do things like these headdresses there. Like this is one of my favorites. I mean I call it a crown, but it doesn't go all the way around, so it's more like a headdress. Instagram is where you get most of. Oh yeah, I still haven't made one yet. No, I don't have one yet. This is what I wear when I leave the house. So I'm going to Walmart at 5 in the morning. I'm wearing this, right? I'm going to the bank. I'm wearing this. In fact, the only real place that I don't wear this thing is at the club because I'm always wearing like a mask or something like that. And so, you really just got to work with what you've got. I've got this thick ass wire that I have that's been given to me. If I had a welder or a little vein sticking out. If I had a welder or a wood turning thing, or what do you call that? Whatever you call it. If I had anything else, I'd use that. Bringing back head jewelry? Hell yeah! Oh, excellent. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while. Most of my stuff isn't for sale because, like something like this, right, is that I don't think I could make another one like it. So it's just like, oh boy. Yeah. I don't know if I could part with it. But this is high capacity industrial wire, and this is stuff that you see hanging over your head on the power lines. So, crowns, tiaras, hair clips, yeah. Here. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Take a look at this. Look at that. That's my stand, excuse me, oh, there it is, guys. Just a second. Sorry guys, that's the indication to get stopped, to have to get off. But there's a this is my lantern and stand piece. Inside there is crystal quartz, rough quartz, for Brazilian, I think it was, that kind of thing. And then I have my lantern. Tell you, things like this is what makes me want to continue. So I want to make more things like this. It's kind of dusty right now. It's not really on the market. Yeah, for sure. I definitely really appreciate you guys stopping by, and I hope that it inspires you guys to continue working on, because I tell you, I was a beginner at one point too, and you know, making things like this was just one in a million, where I was just like, yeah, this thing was an accident. I see why you would want to part with you. Oh man, yeah, this bad boy is actually fairly easy to make. I really want to encourage you to not be intimidated by something like this, because if you see, it really is just you know, you start at the bottom and you curve it around. You really just kind of build on top of it, and so kind of get an idea of how I did that, where it's just wrapped around, wrapped around, wrapped around. Yeah, and oh well, it's kind of out of reach, but for sure, I'll definitely be getting on more often, guys. I really appreciate all your support and love and appreciation, or what am I trying to say? Thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope to look forward. Oh, in fact, be sure to check out my link in the description has my Discord, and that way you'll get an early notification that I'm going to be going live, as well as there are places where you can actually show off your own stuff and really show the world how awesome you are as well. So love you guys. Mwah. I gotta go. I'm already taking too long to get out there. So mwah. Take it easy. Make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah. Excellent. Awesome. Alright, see ya.